Previewing trigs in SYntakt's sequencer is not just a useful feature during the creation process. We can actually use this during recording and performing to create instant effects using SYntakt's FX block. What's up everyone, I'm Dave Mech, and in this series of tutorials we're going to have a look at creative and interesting ways to use SYntakt's FX block. As you probably know, we can preview trigs in the sequencer on a track. Like so. Press and hold the trigger and press yes. This way you can preview parameter locks and that sort of thing. We can do this on the effects block sequencer as well, to great effect actually. Because, as you remember, I set up this previous thing, the previous trick was this automated filter sweep with reverb. I changed these around, so this is our home base right now, and this is that filter sweep. What I need to do is set the probability on the trig page on the effects track to 0. So these triggers are not being triggered at all. So make sure that fill is not applied anymore on these two. Probability is set to 0. Now I can press and hold this filter sweep effect and press yes to preview to instantly engage the effect. And whenever I want to go back, I can press and hold this trigger, which has no parameter locks applied basically, to create the drop. And filter sweep. So, of course, yeah, make sure that you route any tracks that you want to the effects block. Currently, I'm routing everything through the effects block to really make this effect obvious. And create any interesting effects. Like so, we can change this to a low pass filter to create a low pass filter sweep, and we're gonna do the positive depth with a 0 attack and then decay time, well, probably like this. So again, we can do to create this little, maybe set it a little bit higher resonance. Let's use the low pass filter 4 pull filter, and let's see. Nice. Now let's create another one. Maybe apply delay and reverb. Just simple. Now preview. And go back to home base. Yeah, let's try another one. And let's set this also to delay and reverb, but this time we're gonna go to the delay page. And we're gonna set the delay time to 0, or yeah, as small as possible. And create some kind of a weird reverb effect. And let's preview. That's pretty cool. So again, let's also do high pass filter on this one. So we can also do this with interesting effects like amp volume automation. We're going to set this to a square wave. We're going to set this to trigger mode, like so, and set a speed a bit higher. And, something like this. Depth. Let's see. Faster speed. There you go. Maybe use the other LFO to do this on the filter frequency. So with a square wave and trigger mode. Set this to 12, I think. 24. And 64 filter frequency. So turn this to a low pass or a band pass maybe. Oh yeah, I have to engage it, of course. Can be interesting, maybe low pass or high pass. Maybe try triangle. Just like so, and then for this one also triangle. Sort of warble effect that way. Maybe some delay. There you go. There we go. And back. It's pretty cool. So we can create all kinds of interesting effects that way. Beside this and the upcoming techniques in this video, you can learn many additional sound design and groove techniques through my courses and cheat sheets. For example, the Mastering SYntakt course bundle will go through all the steps to create a groove from scratch into a full track on SYntakt. The course covers all SYntakt's functions and how to use them effectively and creatively. For more information and free content like cheat sheets, head over to davemac.live/shop and become a SYntakt master. So, another interesting thing that we can do, let's change this sequencer length to 8 steps actually. And we can also increase the probability and see what happens when this is getting sequenced. Let's create some. You can also spread these triggers out. To make it a bit more interesting, but hey, just something to think about and experiment with to create all kinds of choppy effects, different filter settings and that sort of thing, and then having that sequenced, which can actually be pretty cool. So let's do that. Let's copy this pattern, set this up. So in this example, I'm gonna play with the probability. So I set up different rhythmic triggers, kept it fairly simple by just locking different bandpass filter frequency settings, like so. And of course a trigger to normalize it, which has a condition of 100%, so this is always getting triggered. And now I can add probability. But also set the probability to something a little bit off. And yeah, you can also set this to 0. So that's only 1%. That's only being triggered when we engage it to go back to normal if we want to. And this way you can really glitch out by using probability in different ways. And also on these triggers I set some LFO action on delay time and reverb and different bandpass filter settings to create this weirdness. And if I want to go back, probability 0, engage, there you go. So you can do some pretty interesting stuff with that and also glitch out completely. Hope that was interesting for you to try out. And that's it for now. I hope these tricks inspire you to use the effects block in creative ways. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and click the bell to be notified when a new video in this effects block series is released. Cheers!